Hello everyone and welcome to my mindful watercolor tutorial. We have our white paper here and as you can see I taped it into a flat surface with painter's tape. I also divided the paper into 3 rectangles. To do our background today, we're going to use a technique called wet on wet. First, apply a layer of water on our first frame. Then, with a wet brush, we select the color we'll be using. In this case, it's light blue. And we're gonna go from dark to light from top to bottom. And try to cover all edges of the frame. And once that's done, we'll move to the second frame. Same technique, wet on wet. But this time, we are going to use dark blue. So dark at the top and light at the bottom. So let's talk about mindfulness for a minute. The meaning of the word mindfulness is maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, sensations. In less words, is to be present. So the idea today is that you go through the painting process with me and you allow yourself to be fully present, aware of your sensations and your feelings. For the last frame, we are going to use a red color for the top. And we're going to apply some orange in the middle to make a sunset landscape. So because this is the first coat, it doesn't have to be perfect. Once we let it dry, I'm going to go ahead and apply the second coat. So once again, we dip our brush in water and then into the paint, and we go ahead and paint it again from dark to light. And make sure we get all those corners and white spots that we didn't cover the first time. If your brush gets dry, go ahead and you can dip it in water so the paint is gonna flow better on the paper. Now we move on to the second frame and we do the same. that way we're creating first frame is going to be a day landscape, second frame is a night landscape, and the third frame will be a sunset landscape. So make sure you cover all of those white corners this time, and apply some orange in the middle, and make sure you mix it well with the red. We're gonna let that dry. Once it's dry, we're gonna go ahead and start drawing our mountains. So this is a freehand drawing. If you feel more comfortable drawing it with a pencil, go ahead and you can do that as well, very lightly. But mountains don't have to be perfect, so if you want to try my technique, just go ahead and paint mountains with the pencil, with the brush. For the second frame, we are using dark blue, and same thing, just freehand. Just making silhouettes. And for the third frame, we want to keep the same warm palette. So I've mixed dark brown with sap green to make that olive color. Once we have our first range of mountains, we'll let it dry. And we are ready to do our second range of mountains. So this time we need to mix the same palette a bit darker. So now we want a darker brown. And the mountains can be smaller and bigger at some points. But make sure you don't lose the sight of the back mountains. You want to be able to still see them. So now I'm mixing dark brown with dark blue. And same thing, I'm leaving a big space so I can see through these mountains, the back mountains. And for our final mountains there, brown and some green. This time I'm using more brown than green, because I want to have a bit of a darker color, right? I personally love mountains. They're powerful, inspiring, and they hold so much beauty in them. Once the mountains are dry, we're gonna go ahead and draw the last range of mountains here. so this can look like a real landscape. So this is gonna be the darker layer of mountains. So as you can see, I mixed dark brown with a teeny bit of blue here, so I could achieve that color, that intense brown. And these mountains are going to be smaller because they're closer to us. For my second frame, I'm mixing dark blue with a little bit of dark brown, so I can get that dark blue. And same thing, mountains are closer to us, so they're not so big. And on our last frame, we mix the dark brown with the green to keep that warm palette. And we draw our mountains. Once you are done, you let this dry. Now we are ready to take the tape off. And here we have it. Now we can see our final product. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and had a chance to relax. Thanks for watching.